This YouTube video was produced with the assistance of artificial intelligence. Specifically, the visuals were generated using ChatGPT, the script was composed using Claude AI, and the narration was synthesized using Edge-TTS. Catastrophe. Definition: a sudden, devastating event that causes widespread damage, suffering, or destruction, a disaster of extreme severity. Collocation: natural catastrophe, environmental catastrophe, avert a catastrophe, catastrophe strikes, humanitarian catastrophe. Synonym: disaster, calamity, tragedy, devastation. Example: emergency response teams were mobilized immediately after the natural catastrophe struck the coastal communities. Experts warned that failing to address climate change could lead to an environmental catastrophe within decades. The humanitarian catastrophe unfolding in the conflict zone prompted an urgent appeal for international aid. Corrupt. Definition: willing to act dishonestly or illegally in exchange for personal gain, especially by abusing a position of power, also means to alter or damage something from its original form. Collocation: corrupt officials, corrupt practices, corrupt government, corrupt data, deeply corrupt. Synonym: dishonest, fraudulent, unethical, crooked. Example: investigations revealed that several corrupt officials had been accepting bribes in exchange for favorable contracts. The organization implemented strict oversight measures to eliminate corrupt practices within its procurement department. A power surge corrupted the database, resulting in the permanent loss of several months of critical records. Perennial. Definition: lasting for an indefinitely long time, recurring repeatedly or continuing without interruption. In botany, a plant that lives for more than 2 years. Collocation: perennial problem, perennial issue, perennial favorite, perennial challenge, perennial debate. Synonym: enduring, persistent, recurring, lasting. Example: traffic congestion remains a perennial problem in major metropolitan areas around the world. The perennial debate over the balance between economic development and environmental conservation continues to divide policymakers. The classic novel has been a perennial favorite among literature students for over a century. Implicate. Definition: to show or suggest that someone is involved in something, especially a crime or wrongdoing, to convey an indirect meaning or consequence. Collocation: implicate someone in, directly implicated, implicate in a scandal, evidence implicates, implicate in wrongdoing. Synonym: involve, incriminate, connect, associate. Example: newly uncovered financial documents implicated several senior executives in the corporate fraud scheme. The investigation revealed evidence that implicated a wider network of individuals in the money laundering operation. Researchers found that certain genetic factors may be implicated in the development of chronic autoimmune disorders. Handle. Definition: to manage, deal with, or take care of a situation, task, or responsibility, also refers to the part of an object designed to be held. Collocation: handle a situation, handle pressure, handle complaints, handle with care, handle responsibility. Synonym: manage, deal with, cope with, address. Example: the customer service team was trained to handle complaints professionally and resolve issues efficiently. She demonstrated an impressive ability to handle pressure during the high-stakes contract negotiations. The manager asked experienced staff members to handle the coordination of the international logistics operation. Differentiation. Definition: the process or act of distinguishing or making something distinct from others, recognizing or establishing differences between things. Collocation: product differentiation, market differentiation, differentiation strategy, clear differentiation, differentiation between. Synonym: distinction, separation, contrast, variation. Example: effective product differentiation is essential for companies seeking to stand out in a crowded marketplace. The professor emphasized the importance of differentiation between correlation and causation in scientific research. The brand achieved market differentiation by offering highly personalized services that competitors could not easily replicate. Protect. Definition: to keep someone or something safe from harm, injury, damage, or loss. To defend or guard against potential threats. Collocation: protect the environment, protect rights, protect consumers, protect against, protect interests. Synonym: safeguard, defend, shield, preserve. Example: the new legislation was designed to protect consumers from unfair and deceptive business practices. International agreements play a vital role in protecting endangered species and their natural habitats. Companies must invest in cybersecurity measures to protect sensitive customer data against potential breaches. Momentum. Definition: the force or energy that keeps something moving forward or growing stronger, the driving power gained through continuous progress or activity. Collocation: gain momentum, build momentum, lose momentum, maintain momentum, political momentum. Synonym: impetus, drive, thrust, force. Example: the reform movement gained significant momentum after thousands of citizens joined the peaceful demonstrations. The company must maintain its momentum by continuing to invest in innovation and talent development. After a promising start, the project lost momentum due to budget cuts and leadership changes. Prospect. Definition: the possibility or likelihood of something happening in the future, also refers to a potential customer, candidate, or opportunity. Collocation: future prospects, prospect of, bright prospects, daunting prospect, prospect for growth. Synonym: possibility, expectation, outlook, chance. Example: the prospect of a global recession has prompted governments to implement precautionary fiscal measures. Graduates with strong technical skills and international experience have excellent career prospects in today's job market. The prospect for growth in the renewable energy sector continues to attract substantial foreign investment. Propaganda. Definition: information, especially of a biased or misleading nature, used to promote or publicize a particular political cause, viewpoint, or agenda. Collocation: political propaganda, spread propaganda, propaganda campaign, propaganda machine, state propaganda. Synonym: misinformation, indoctrination, manipulation, publicity. Example: the regime used state-controlled media as a propaganda tool to suppress opposing viewpoints and control public opinion. Historians analyzed wartime propaganda to understand how governments shaped public perception during the conflict. Media literacy education helps citizens identify propaganda and distinguish factual reporting from deliberate manipulation. Fortitude. Definition: mental and emotional strength and courage that enables a person to face difficulty, adversity, or pain with resilience and determination. Collocation: show fortitude, moral fortitude, mental fortitude, fortitude in the face of, remarkable fortitude. Synonym: courage, resilience, endurance, strength. Example: the community showed remarkable fortitude in rebuilding their town after it was devastated by the earthquake. Completing the demanding training program required both physical endurance and considerable mental fortitude. Her moral fortitude in standing up against corruption inspired many others to speak out as well. Transform. Definition: to change something completely in form, appearance, character, or nature, usually resulting in a dramatic improvement or fundamental shift. Collocation: transform the industry, transform lives, completely transform, transform into, transform the way. Synonym: change, convert, revolutionize, reshape. Example: advances in artificial intelligence have the potential to transform the way healthcare services are delivered worldwide. The Urban Renewal Project completely transformed the neglected waterfront area into a vibrant cultural district. Access to quality education can transform the lives of individuals and entire communities for generations. Alter. Definition: to change or modify something, usually in a relatively small but noticeable way, without completely transforming it. Collocation: alter the course, alter behavior, alter the outcome, significantly alter, alter an agreement. Synonym: modify, adjust, change, revise. Example: the unexpected discovery significantly altered the course of the ongoing archaeological research project. Environmental factors can alter animal behavior in ways that scientists are only beginning to understand. The committee decided to alter several clauses in the agreement before presenting it for final approval. Collective. Definition: done by or shared among all members of a group rather than by individuals alone, relating to a group as a whole. Collocation: collective effort, collective responsibility, collective bargaining, collective memory, collective decision. Synonym: shared, joint, communal, combined. Example: the successful completion of the project was the result of a collective effort by every department in the organization. Collective bargaining between the labor union and management led to improved working conditions for all employees. The nation's collective memory of the historic event continues to shape its cultural identity and values. Preliminary. Definition: coming before the main action or event and serving as preparation, introduction, or initial assessment, not yet final or complete. Collocation: preliminary results, preliminary investigation, preliminary report, preliminary stage, preliminary findings. Synonym: initial, introductory, preparatory, provisional. Example: preliminary results from the clinical trial suggest that the new treatment may be highly effective. The preliminary investigation revealed several areas of concern that warranted a more thorough examination. During the preliminary stage of the project, the team focused on gathering data and defining clear objectives. Frustration. Definition: a feeling of disappointment, annoyance, or dissatisfaction resulting from being unable to achieve or change something despite one's efforts. Collocation: express frustration, growing frustration, frustration with, sense of frustration, frustration over. Synonym: irritation, exasperation, dissatisfaction, annoyance. Example: employees expressed growing frustration with the lack of transparency in the company's decision-making process. The repeated delays in the construction project caused considerable frustration among local residents and business owners. A deep sense of frustration over limited career advancement opportunities led many talented workers to seek positions elsewhere. Objective. Definition: a goal or target that one works toward achieving, also refers to a judgment or assessment based on facts rather than personal feelings or opinions. Collocation: main objective, achieve an objective, objective analysis, objective assessment, strategic objective. Synonym: goal, aim, target, purpose. Example: the main objective of the training program is to equip employees with the skills needed for leadership roles. An objective analysis of the data revealed patterns that had not been considered in previous research studies. Setting clearly defined strategic objectives helps organizations allocate resources more effectively and measure progress. Classify. Definition: to arrange or organize things into categories or groups based on shared characteristics, qualities, or criteria. Collocation: classify information, classify data, classify species, classified as, classify documents. Synonym: categorize, sort, group, organize. Example: biologists classify living organisms into distinct groups based on their genetic and physical characteristics. The library uses a standardized system to classify books by subject, author, and publication date. Sensitive government documents are classified according to their level of confidentiality and restricted access. Invoke. Definition: to call upon something such as a law, principle, or authority as a justification or support for an action, to bring a feeling, image, or memory to mind. Collocation: invoke a law, invoke a right, invoke the name, invoke a clause, invoke authority. Synonym: cite, appeal to, call upon, refer to. Example: The defense attorney invoked the constitutional right to remain silent on behalf of the accused. Several nations invoked international trade agreements to challenge the newly imposed tariffs. The speaker invoked the legacy of past leaders to inspire the audience to take collective action for social change. Analytical. Definition: relating to or using analysis, involving the systematic examination and evaluation of information to understand its components and draw conclusions. Collocation: analytical skills, analytical thinking, analytical approach, analytical framework, highly analytical. Synonym: logical, systematic, methodical, investigative. Example: strong analytical skills are highly valued in fields such as finance, engineering, and data science. The consultant applied an analytical framework to evaluate the strengths and weaknesses of the business model. Her highly analytical approach to problem-solving enabled the team to identify the root cause of the issue quickly.